We've been talking about the fact Douglas County, Highlands Ranch specifically, really hit hard by this storm. Probably a couple hours ago was maybe the worst of it, maybe an hour and a half ago when people really felt the weight of it and the winds and everything else connected to it.
Yep, and we've been getting a lot of pictures of that damage. And finally, our Kelly Rinke has been there. We want to catch up with her. What have you been seeing in that area? We know South Fire Rescue is just inundated with calls right now.
Yeah, and we've been seeing a lot of their fire trucks that are passing through this area. We just got into Highlands Ranch about 20 minutes ago, and this is what a lot of the streets are looking like. This is on Highlands Park Highway, and this is a gentleman who is picking up some of the debris. He almost looks like he owns a property that is just on the other side of this fence line. They just wrapped up cleaning up this massive tree that fell onto the street. It's a 3-lane road on this side, and it's only been 1 lane since we have been here. Guys, just to give you an idea of how strong and powerful these winds are, what is in this road right now is actually one of those street lights, those overhang lights, and that fell on the road along with the tree. And it looks like this tree actually came from a backyard from a house that is on the other side of this fence. Highlands Ranch Metro District crews were out here with this gentleman with their chainsaws. Took, at least when we were here for 10 minutes, took them that amount of time to clear out this road, but it looks like they are kind of wrapping up that process. But since we have been here, this is really most of the scene that we have been seeing, most of the types of damage that we've been seeing, a lot of these huge trees that have fallen over, and we've been hearing reports from neighbors in Highlands Ranch that is most of the damage that they've been seeing in their neighborhoods. Some of the addresses of the damage that we've been hearing about is just east of us. So in a couple minutes we're planning on going over there to see how some of the homeowners are hanging in there after this really scary storm, guys.
Look at that, and they're down to 1 lane there, and you know that's been going on for a while.
Yep, and I'm sure there's so much more to see. In fact, we want to give you another look at Highlands Ranch. That's where our Chris Bianchi is. Also we can see some huge trees behind you down there.
That's right, Kim. Yeah, I'm here in Cougar Run Park in Highlands Ranch. This would be right near University as well as C470, and we've got some pretty big trees that are down here, and we've got a whole string of them. This tree to me looks like it's about 20-25 feet tall, but it's of course not the only tree that's down in this whole area. Got some bystanders here, but also some of these trees, again, 20-25 feet tall. And maybe an interesting component of this is you might notice how these trees are all down in the same direction. That is something that we typically see with straight line wind damage, but when the National Weather Service comes out to assess some of this damage, they're going to assess whether there was a twisting motion with some of this damage to assess whether or not a tornado took place. But these trees all basically down in the same direction. Now, in terms of some of the damage, again, you can see here at Cougar Run Park, lots and lots of trees down. On our walk over here, we saw several of these trees down as well. But what we're hearing from some of the bystanders and some of the area people here in the area is that there's been quite a bit in the way of some home damage as well, a little bit behind me and behind kind of this little hill that you're seeing here behind me. So again, a fair bit in the way of damage so far. At this point, it looks like some of these kind of small to medium-sized trees down, but it looks like some maybe larger trees down off in that direction, and we're going to go see maybe some of the homes and some of the larger trees that came down. But at this point, it looks like some pretty substantial damage down here in Cougar Run Park in Highlands Ranch.
That is jaw-dropping.
I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that.
To see every single tree like that. Chris, that really illustrates, as he said, it's going to be something they'll study in time about maybe some swirling motion with the wind and how this tornadic activity took down all those trees.
Just incredible to see. And our crews in Highlands Ranch are just now really getting on the ground and getting out in neighborhoods. So they'll be bringing us much more as we continue our coverage.